Hey there, welcome back to the series on how to create a mobile game. Last time we showed you how to spawn fruits randomly, so today we're gonna improve that spawning system and do some refactoring. To do this, as always, create a new folder. We start with fruits under the helper folder. In here, we create two new classes, fruit spawn helper and fruit position helper. In the classes, we can delete both generated methods for the moment. Now, we can go to our fruits manager and cut some methods to our helper classes. This will help us understanding what's going on in the different methods. So the fruit spawn helper should spawn the fruits. For this, he will need the position helper. So I make an instance of that on the top here. I can also change the method call in the instantiate method. In the position helper, we need the method getRandomSpawnPosition from our manager. So cut it here and paste it here. To handle our spawn problem, we have to remember our last spawning position. We can simply do this in a variable on top here. Second thing, we can't return the position directly, so we store it in a local variable new spawn position. The fruits should spawn with some distance. For this, we can use vector3.distance and pass in our new spawn point and the last spawn point. I set the distance to 1 for the time being. We can check if that's enough later. So if the distance is enough, we have to set the last spawn point to our new spawn point and return it. Otherwise, we can simply recall the method recursively. The position helper is done. So we can go back to our spawn helper. Here we have to make an instance in our awake method. We can do this by calling new fruit position helper. Now we can get more methods into our spawn helper. So we cut out getRandomFruit and paste it in here. The instance prefabs now comes from the fruits manager. So we have to change this to fruitsmanager.instance.fruitsprefabs. In the fruits manager, we also have to change some code. To access the prefabs in the spawn helper, they have to be public. And the manager also needs access to the spawn helper. So we create an instance in the awake as well. Now we can call the spawn fruit method from the spawn helper in our start method. But we forgot to set it to public. Let me fix that in the spawn helper. After that, we really can call a method. So everything is set up. Let's check Unity. When I try to enter the play mode, it shows me that I have some compile errors. Thankfully, this happens when I'm here for you. So go to the console and double click the error message. So in this line, I forgot the equal sign. That was fast. Back to the editor. Even more errors. Damn it. So Unity tells me that it doesn't know the instantiate method at this point. Double click on the error and we see that our spawn helper don't inherit from the mono behavior. Fixing this will bring us to another problem in the fruit manager. You don't instantiate mono behaviors with new. You always use GameObject.addComponent. So two errors left in the editor. This time Unity doesn't know our self-written method. Oh yeah, that's because we don't use the position helper, we use the spawn helper. I already wondered why I write different things than what I say. Finally, the last error message. It comes from the fruits prefabs. Double click brings us again to the right line of code. Here I forgot to add the fruitsmanager.instance at the count in the back. Adding this and finally no errors in Unity. We can now enter the play mode and the fruits are spawning with some space between. You may think, nice, same output for a lot of work. But I promise, it gets clearer in the next videos why we're using managers and helpers. And before I jump into the next video, let's spawn the fruits every few seconds. To spawn something continuously, you can use coroutines. For coroutines, you have to use IEnumerator methods. In there, we add a yield return with a new wait for seconds and set this to a spawning speed with the value of 1. Under this, we can call our spawn helper from the start. I simply make an infinity loop around this. To start the coroutine, we use the method startCoroutine and pass in our method. In the play mode, there are now 3 foods spawning every second. And to know how to handle so many objects and finally catch them, stay tuned to our series. So I hope you learned something new today. Subscribe to watch the full series and I'm sure I see you in the next.